Astra, your first time in the main press centre?
Yes.
How does it feel to be here?
Feels pretty big time, doesn't it? Yeah, no, definitely such an honour to be here, so very grateful.
Did you consider that match today a first round match or a fourth round match, considering that is this just part of the whole Australian Open bigger picture?
No, I definitely would have said just I knew going in that it was my first main draw match, and obviously had a lot on the line there, so I really respected that and took that separately. I mean, qualifying was extremely tough, but that's the whole reason you play, to get on that sort of stage. So, yeah.
Does it redeem the disappointment of losing the wildcard playoff and not being given a normal wildcard?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I didn't really think too much about the wildcards. I mean, girls from other countries, they're not going to get wildcards, so it's always just a bonus if you get it. And I was happy that my ranking from doing well this year could get me into qualies, and I was very excited for the qualifying opportunity. Yeah.
Physically, how are you feeling with all of those games? Sorry. Sorry. Physically, how are you feeling with all of those games?
Pretty good. Today was obviously really hot, but been doing my recovery, and I feel ready for the next round already. I think just the adrenaline, but yeah, it's really hot today, and I think we both kind of struggled in that heat. So yeah.
In the third set, Priscilla was obviously the stage in her hand was cramping up, and did you get it? Could you see all that from your hand?
Yeah.
Did you know what was going on there?
Yeah, I did. I was actually cramping a little bit in my leg, but yeah, I knew it was going to happen because it was just, we were both sweating so much, like my shirt was absolutely drenched, and so I could see her starting to cramp up as well, and I was just hoping that I could outlast her a bit, yeah.
I was asking about your background. I've read a bit about the American college stuff, and hasn't been the normal route here, I guess. Can you just tell us a bit about how all that played out over the years?
Well, yeah, I just decided to go to college after I broke my ankle in a Pro Tour match, and while I was recovering and everything, I wasn't doing too well on the pro circuit, and I ended up going to Vandy, and Jeff and Aliki, the coaches there, took me under their wing and just developed me for a good 4 or 5 years, and I came out and I absolutely wouldn't be the player I would be today if I didn't go, yeah.
What actually worked for you today in your game, do you think, and what do you need to improve on in the next round?
I thought I served really well and used my forehand well to open up the court. I think probably in the next round to keep being aggressive and still using my spin, because Pre plays pretty flat, so sometimes I would get caught in that sort of flat rally, which isn't necessarily like my strength, yeah.
Can I just ask about the serve? It's obviously a big weapon. I think the 190 Ks and that you hit a few times there. But and as the years go on from now, it's going to be a big asset for you, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It didn't always used to be, so this is nice. Developing that and getting all these free points and building my game around it. So yeah, it's good.
Just on with the serve, as we're saying, you're banging them down at 180. You touched 190k a couple of times. Yet Priscilla was returning with interest on some of that. Did that sort of say, hey, what do I have to do here? She's returning my big serves so well.
Yeah, I mean, definitely she was short hopping them and getting them back deep, and I think that just speaks to how good a player Pri is, and I definitely was a bit taken aback at times because I thought I'd hit a really good serve and she'd do something special with it. I just knew that if I kept hitting my spots and kept mixing it up, it's tough to do that all the time, so yeah.
You also asked about the emotion of the match point. That's obviously a big moment in your life, and that kind of, like, what was that actual moment like, if you know?
It's unreal. I mean, this is obviously the best I've ever done. The match point, she hit a really good return, and I kind of just dug it out, and it was mostly just relief that I got that over because I respect her a lot, and I knew, like, if I didn't put her out soon, it could just turn around.
Bit of an Australian showdown. What's that like, knowing, you kind of both want to get to the next stage? What's it like having to win against a friend?
Yeah, I mean, in one way it's good because one person's definitely getting through. On the other hand, yeah, you don't really want to play your friend's first round of a slam, but I think we both just put that aside. We're very friendly off court, but on court, I think, yeah, we're both just business, right? Yeah.
Can I say one more thing about that American college thing? So when you went there, was that like for tennis? Was that part of it, or
yeah, it was mainly for tennis. I mean, I heard such good things about Jeff, the coach, and he just seemed to know his stuff. Like, we emailed a lot, and I asked him about what he'd do for me development-wise, and he came back with just this incredible plan. So I was really impressed and was like, 100% I'll go, yeah.
Next round, Ostapenko, former French Open champion, or Maria Sakkari. Any thoughts on those two?
Just really excited to play either one. They're obviously such high caliber opponents, and it would just mean the world to get out there on that sort of stage with them and compete. Yeah.
It'll probably be moved up in the schedule to probably somewhere, a bigger court. How are you going to feel stepping onto something like Margaret Court Arena or something like that? Well, a West Australian namesake, what will that mean to you, playing in a court named after a fellow West Australian?
It would be pretty unreal. I mean, that would obviously be the biggest arena I'd be played on ever. But it would mean so much just to be able to be part of something so big at my home slam, my first slam. So, yeah, this would be great.
Thank you.